how are we going to go about finding the average rate of change for f of x equals the sine of x minus the cosine of x from 0 to pi? How are we going to find that? Yeah, let's go ahead and plug 0 and pi in, and we'll get those values. Okay, so if we have the sine of 0 minus the cosine of 0, I put theta there, I'm used to trigonometry. All right, sine of 0 is 0, and the cosine of 0 is 1. So 0 minus 1 is negative 1. All right, let's go with the sine of pi minus the cosine of pi. All right, sine of pi is 0. Cosine of pi, it's negative 1, yeah. So 0 minus negative 1 is 1. All right, so we want to figure out from 0 to pi, we'll do our change in y's, which is negative 1 minus 1. And we'll do our change in x's, which is pi minus 0. Except I did that wrong. Yeah, I need to do 0 minus pi here, yeah. 0 minus pi. That was going to be my first mistake of the year if I finished doing that. All right, so that will be negative 2 over negative pi, which will be 2 over pi. It's not the famous rapper 2 pi. You're right. Okay, so we get 2 over pi as our answer here. That just never gets old. Not to me, at least. Maybe I'm lame. All right, what?
Oh, just kidding, just kidding.
That was a good joke, though. That's beautiful. All right. So, again, on what intervals, this is the same question as they asked last time, on what intervals of is f prime of x greater than 0? Well, we want to find the derivative, right? Okay, and set the derivative equal to 0. Well, what is the derivative of sine of x? Cosine of x, right? And what is the derivative of cosine of x? All right, so it's going to be the negative of negative sine x, which will be plus sine of x. Again, sine x. It just sounds like a good nasal medicine, doesn't it? Take sine x. Sine x may cause... Okay, anyway. Now, let's set that equal to 0. Yeah. May cause students to go crazy. All right. Now, any suggestions here? We got 0 equals to the cosine of x plus the sine of x. Are there any suggestions here on what we could do? No, we can't just... All right, if we had a cosine squared there, we could change them to make them the same thing. But we don't have a way for writing cosine in terms of sine unless it's squared. That's not going to be the best way to do this. I'm sure it would work, but I don't know. That would get a little hairy. Yeah, we could square both sides and we would come up with that, but then we would have a middle term in there that would be 2 cosine x sine x. So we would be left with that conundrum again.